we're live. We got some people in the chat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. All right. And we're gonna
that was quick.
Let's record GarageMans. How about that?
Yeah, let's actually record the podcast.
Yeah. Yo. What's up, friends? Welcome back to another episode. Back in the studio, as it were, the friend zone.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the friend zone.
Yeah. Yeah. We spent one night out at
It just smells like friendship in here.
It really does, and coffee.
Lots of coffee.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Welcome back to the greatest podcast to exist in the history of podcasts. It's the internationally acclaimed, Cindy Crawford approved podcast of hops, high fives, and friendship. I am your host, the crispiest of boys, Tom.
And I'm your other host, the Hop Master General, the Royersford Rattlesnake. We got to get a can ready to throw at me.
I know. We've been talking about it for weeks. I think I got rid of. I had like a little like can insert from Yeti.
Oh, okay.
That would be fine because it's empty and I could just toss it to you and you could pretend.
That would be great.
We'll just slap a different label on there.
Yeah.
We'll slap a Bush Light label on there or something.
I like it.
Yeah, you're Dan, and you know we're the podcast that everybody likes. I don't know. We're
Hit the music, Tom.
and we are the best friends podcast in the world. Dan, I'll hit the music.
It immediately started smelling like a Cypress Hill concert in here.
Was that the expensive piece?
Hey, Tom, you forgot smoking lamp.
This is our first guest recommended intro song.
Yeah, this is a first.
All right, enough of that nonsense. Come on, get out of here. Sublime with Rome. How dare we? How dare we do that to you? I'm sorry. We subjected you, fine listeners, to that nonsense.
Fine listeners. And then again, I mean, we just have to say again that we do blame our guest.
Yeah.
He did choose the song.
And speaking of guests, we are joined tonight by the head of operations from Seven Sirens Brewing Company, is Jordan. I've already forgot the last name.
I told you.
Cyrilnek.
Cyrilnek.
Yes.
Ah.
God damn it, Tom. I knew it. I'm not putting last names in our notes anymore.
All right. Well, I mean, people need to know. People need to know these things. Anyway, Jordan, thank you for coming on with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Awesome. Before we get into beers, we have to
do a little housekeeping.
Yeah. Guys, subscribe, rate, review. We're not going to stop talking about it until you start doing it.
Exactly.
Just it's as simple as that. You guys do it, fill up our ratings and reviews, and then maybe we won't have to talk about it as much.
Yeah. What type of ratings do we want?
Oh, 5-star party.
5-star
all day
party.
long. 5-star party.
And we don't care what you put for reviews.
No,
just
leave
scathing, terrible, good, bad. We don't care. 5 stars. Just give us 5 stars.
Tell us how much Sublime sucks, and we'll agree with you.
It's a 50-50 in this studio.
Whoa, you like Sublime?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Sublime's awful.
I told you. I said
They're so tacky.
No. What you heard on the radio is.
All right. And then if you like the podcast, tell your friends about it. They might like it too if you're friends with them. I mean, if you share interests. Dan and I have similar interests, except for Sublime, apparently.
Yeah. A little bit of a wake-up call over there.
Yeah, there's you guys are hearing a rift form in the podcast.
Are you guys no longer best friends? This is weird.
It's a SoCal-sized rift in our friendship. Oh man. All right. Stupid flip-flop music. All right. Enough about my hatred of that. Dan, why don't you talk about our fine partners?
Of course. As always, we are partners with Breweries in PA, the leading resource for all things Pennsylvania craft beer, connecting beer drinkers to the PA breweries they love. Go to breweriesinpa.com and follow on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Breweries in PA.
And connecting podcasts with podcast guests.
Exactly.
And we are also part of the Hopped Up Network, the Hopped Up Network. That's what got me that time. It's the first time
Say
in
it
a
5
while.
times fast.
Hopped Up Network, Hopped Up Network. Hopped Up Network is an ever-growing group of independent beer podcasts. Check out all the other podcasts on the network at www.hoppedupnetwork.com.
Follow them on social media at Hopped Up Network.
That's a great point, Matt. That should be the name, Flip Flop Music with Jordan.
Oh, I like that. He did
Good,
suggest flip-flop music for this
Yes.
episode.
It's all around.
This,
All right.
this was not us.
So, we are going to be, of course, drinking some Seven Sirens beer. Seven Sirens located. You guys technically located in Bethlehem? Where is that?
Bethlehem
Yeah.
proper.
There we go, Bethlehem proper. All right. Yeah, right up in Bethlehem. If you're local to that, I guess. If not, take a drive.
Yeah, it's not Bethlehem, Israel. This is Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. For all of our international
Get them
listeners.
confused. Do not get them confused. We are not in Israel.
No. It's not as contentious up in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Nope. Just apartment rentals.
Nope.
That's the only thing that's contentious.
Yep. And then you just got to fight with Seven Sirens and McCall, and mostly Bond Place, I would assume, would be the most willing to fight. That would be my assumption.
Why are you trying to start beef?
I don't know. Because we've been trying to get Sam on this podcast we're at episode 70. I don't know, since the first episode we did with Ethan.
Yeah.
I don't even know what episode number that was.
We were probably only like 10, 15 in. So
Yeah. So long time we've been trying to get Sam.
he
on
just
the
calls
podcast.
out Bomb Place all the time, just randomly.
Yeah.
In hopes that they actually listen to this.
They don't.
They don't.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, Sam doesn't have any time to listen. And the time that he does have, he drinks rosé. All right. So we're gonna be drinking some stovepipes.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about these cans later here, but we will actually get into our first beer here.
Yeah.
But before we do that, we wanted to let you know about a little thing called Untapped. I'm sure you guys.
What's that place
all-
like?
It is a cesspool
Mm.
of, well, you know, as with all social media, you get the good and you get the really bad.
It's mostly bad.
It's mostly bad.
Mostly bad.
But if you want to follow along to the beers that we drink on the podcast, you can follow us on Untapped at Best Best Friends Pod. That's Best Best Friends POD. That is right.
That is right.
POD.
Yep, POD. It's 1 of 6. 1 of 6. I thought I'd start off with the heavy hitter this time.
That was good.
My finger was drawn to satellite. But I went one click to the right, hit you with that little Southtown. Everybody's favorite.
A little hype music. Just bring it up a little bit.
All right. So we're going to be drinking Roadrunner. Dan, what is Roadrunner?
All right. So Roadrunner is an American pale lager, an invigorating lager brewed with simple and savory, hopped with Motueka and Cascade hops to lightly blend the lemon lime characteristics of hops to a tasteful malt.
Nice.
So we got 6% alcohol by volume, and we are going to be pouring them out of some nice 19.2 ounce stovepipe cans.
I love it.
Hell yeah.
I love it, and I can't wait to find out what a stovepipe is. So let's you want to crack into these, Dan?
We'll get into these beers. I'm curious. What are you drinking over there since you are on location in Nashville, Tennessee?
Yeah, I am live from the land of orange wheats. Everyone makes these out here. I'm drinking Liftgate Brewing's orange wheat, Tailgate Brewing. Tailgate Brewing, orange wheat. I went in there earlier and everything they had was amazing. And this is great pool beer and hot. It's like 90 degrees down here. So I'm just plowing some of these orange wheats.
Orange wheats.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's if wheat beers are like the beer of choice down there, it's like my nightmare.
Oh yeah, that's right. Dan is very adverse to wheat beer.
I try every beer. I enjoy every beer except for wheat beers. I don't know why. All right, let's get in the crack.
All right, let's get in here. 1, 2, 3.
I didn't know what to expect at 19.2 ounces. Was it going to be like a crowler? Was it going to launch out the side here? I was just like holding it in the opposite direction in case something came out of it.
I mean, it doesn't feel any different. I think it's because of the girth.
Well, it's actually more length with these.
Right. No. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm holding it, and there's
You think a Crowler has a little bit more projection because of its girth?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
But this has a normal the girth of a normal 16-ounce can. It's got a little more length to it.
Yeah, it's got a little bit more length. I mean, I could still fit my hand around it. So like, normal girth.
Yeah,
girth.
length isn't the name of the game.
Really isn't.
It's all about the girth. You want to get a good hand-sized girth there.
We were totally gonna do this shtick. It was only a matter of time.
Yeah, I mean, what did you expect from us?
So while we pour out these bad boys, so why do you guys do the
stovepipe?
The stovepipes.
All right, so I mean, almost everything we do, like when we were given an option, we try going like the lesser chosen option, and then we try figuring out like, well, all right, well, why doesn't anyone do this? And then if we can't find any decent reasons why people don't, then we just do it. Like our seaming machine, like 8, 12, 16, and 19.2 ounce cans. And I'm like, oh, we can get 19.2 ounce cans. I was stationed out in San Diego, and 19.2 ounce cans are like pretty big on the West Coast.
Oh, okay.
Like you can get beer at, grocery stores and 7-Elevens and all that, like, which is kind of new to Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So like people will go into a 7-Eleven and grab one 19.2 ounce can. You know what I mean? And just go walk down the street and have a beer. So it kind of fits that model. And then very ironically, during a pandemic, no one buys them in Pennsylvania, so they're everywhere. And while everyone else is fighting over 16s and 32s, I've got pallets of them.
I like how the 19.2 ounce can is the acceptable can for public intoxication. You can just walk around with it. Yeah. You just grab it, maybe throw it in like a paper bag and just crack it open and go to town.
Yeah, This is it's the perfect blend between a regular 16-ounce can and the tall beer at Applebee's.
That's great, but I have been seeing more 19.2s now you say, because I saw Voodoo Ranger had one at our local grocery store too.
Mm-hmm.
But I always see them in the singles. I never
stuff like that. They're really good for like sports events and stuff like that.
Get the most bang for your $20 beer.
Yep.
All
right, let's get a little cheers here, Slancha.
Cheers,
Jordan.
There, sir.
Cheers, guys.
So you didn't add lime to this, right? It was really with the hop selection to get that?
Correct. Now we do serve it with a lime if you want one, just to kind of bring it out more. But
damn, I just happen to have limes here tonight, and I wasn't prepared. I should have done my research.
I was going to say, in my opinion, it gives you that. It kind of gives you that.
Yeah, a little bit of lime.
A little bit of lime that you need. That we've had some other Mexican lagers on in the past with they added the lime in there, with the hop combination. Getting that, it's getting ingenious, without having to add that.
This is the second straight episode we've had with a beer that has no fruit in it. Where the hops really bring out the fruit.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah, it's really nice, and it's just really attesting to what you can really do with hops. It's a pale lager, like you said, hopped with. I can never pronounce this hop.
Is it Motueka?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Cascade.
Cascade?
Yeah, it really does give it that Mexican lager feel to it.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. It's very light going down. It's crisp. And I know we have another kind of light, crisp style to get into after this. But I forget which one you said. Was it Roadrunner you said was a pretty big seller for you guys?
Yeah. Roadrunner flies. We just rebrewed a whole nother batch. Some stuff we ended up rebrewing before it's even kicked because you can track how quickly they're going. It's all right, well, people like this, so order it up, get it brewing again. We've got 23 taps, so we do want to have some familiar faces on tap. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Especially beers like this where it's just a beer. You know what I mean? You don't have to do anything. Yeah, if you just want to come in and have a good beer, you can have one of these. You don't need any crazy fruited or sour or crazy. It's just good beer. So.
I like it too. And it goes to our prediction at the beginning of the year that 2021 is becoming the year of the lager.
Year of the lager. It's, I'm still waiting for that to all come crashing down and it just crush my hopes of a lager filled.
We kept saying that all winter.
Yeah.
You know, we were saying it's going to be the year of the lager, and you're like, no, and lagers aren't going to make it, and you just keep seeing this, and you love to see it.
You love to see it. So, as the BJCP,
The Bee Gees?
style guideline says that an American lager is a very pale, highly carbonated, light-bodied, well-attenuated lager with a very natural flavor profile and low bitterness. Served very cold, it can be a very refreshing and thirst-quenching drink. Dan, what would you say this beer does?
I would say it ticks all the boxes.
Ticks all the boxes.
If we were going with the Great British Bake Off. One thing I do want to say about the low bitterness, though, I think the hops, like, with the addition of Cascade, you get a little bit more like hop bitterness, which as an IPA guy, I'm not complaining.
Yeah, it
right
has,
on the front.
It has a nice little bite to it.
Yeah, it's nice.
But it's enjoyable. It's not overpowering.
It leaves like a nice clean finish on the palate though after the sip. So you're not having that lingering hop bitterness to it.
It's like a nice little gateway beer into craft. You know what I mean? Like, all right, this is like a Corona 2.0. Like you're gonna taste things and feel things.
Okay, so tell us about the beer scene up in Bethlehem.
It's booming. I mean, just over the past 5-10 years, we've probably doubled, quadrupled, the number of craft breweries that are here. I think that's a testament to what's just going on culturally in the Lehigh Valley, and also what's going on in the industry and with culture in general. People are kind of going back to more quality over quantity, and like supporting local. I mean, that's a big thing everywhere now. So it's a tight-knit community. Everyone's great. Everyone helps each other. We're just kind of helping each other just build more and more customers for the industry. I can't speak highly enough of like all the other, industry folk around us who've, been there for us. It's booming. It's going great.
It's always good to hear. I mean, I just keep hearing more and more about like breweries popping up in that area.
Yeah, I always hear names, and it always seems like when I see a new one or somebody's getting a new location or something, they're moving towards like Bethlehem, which is awesome to see.
Yeah, in the Lehigh Valley, you have Allentown, Easton, and Bethlehem, and like such a kind of close proximity, all within like 15-20 minutes of each other.
Yeah.
So each one has its kind of like own identity and its own vibe and its own thing. So yeah, I mean, different ones opening up in different areas. It's really cool getting that diversity and being able to just like try them all.
Yeah, it's been on. I feel like it's been on Dan and I's list for a long time to get more acclimated with the Lehigh Valley breweries. It's just we just haven't. We don't have the time. We're dads.
Yeah, dad life is just.
Yeah.
It's a lot of home life.
It's like the Lehigh Valley area is only an hour north of us. Driving at dad's speed, I guess.
Yeah.
Without the kids in the car, it's probably about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's dad life, man. Makes it tough to. It makes it tough to get up there.
Dad life is constantly making plans to go to a new area for breweries and then just canceling it. Like last minute every time.
Yeah, every
time.
An hour 45 minutes, like nothing. People drive that every weekend to go pick up new beer, and it's just like, hey, do you want to go? And it's like, man, I gotta pressure wash my fence.
Yeah. Code brown.
So it's makes it difficult, but we'll get up there.
We'll get up there.
Yeah. I mean, you made the trek on what, Thursday?
No,
Friday?
I went over the weekend. I think I went. Was it Saturday?
No, you went Friday.
Or Friday?
No,
I went Friday. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just happened to have a little extra time, and kid was going down for a nap, so I knew I had like about 2-hour window. I'm
Clock's ticking.
Yeah, I was like, I got a 2-hour window here. Let's really push that Subaru out.
The old lesbian limousine.
Hey, man, my Outback rules. I did get offered an elementary school teaching position, driving it, but, you know.
Did it come with like a Land's End puffy vest?
Yep, and your golden retriever.
Oh, yeah. So how did Seven Sirens get to start?
So I founded the company when I got out of the military. So if you kind of rewind back, I was home brewing while I was in the Navy, stationed out in San Diego, and San Diego's craft beer scene is absolutely insane. There's 150 craft breweries in San Diego County alone. So just seeing how there can be so many, and they can all have their own identity, and they can all make awesome stuff, and they're not competing against each other. You know what I mean? So there's that kind of like underlying knowledge of the industry and what it could be. And then, you come home over leave every, once a year or whatever, and you see kind of what's going on in Lehigh Valley. And if you haven't tracked Lehigh Valley over the last 10 years, I mean, it has completely exploded. There's sporting arenas everywhere, but, there's steel stacks and the casino and just all this stuff that's kind of gone up, like literally, in front of your eyes. So all these ideas kind of just started forming together. And then, I moved back from the military and got a job, finished my degree, bought a house, all the adult shit they tell you to do. And I was miserable.
Oh, you were sold that bag of goods too?
Yeah, it's what they push. At that point I didn't have any, no kids, no wife, no debt, no nothing like that. So I said, if it's not now, it's never. And I just had to figure out what it was. And I was actually looking more for like a beer garden and beer hall than I was like a brewery, just like in my extracurricular activities. And there were none, zero. So like the Iron Pigs, the baseball stadium there would pop up on Google, and like a German bistro in the mall would pop up. And I'm like, well, those are all great, but those aren't anywhere near what, it's missing. So I started looking at, what it takes to open a brewery and all this kind of stuff. And fast forward 3 years, there's a brewery now.
So what does Seven Sirens mean?
So, when I was in the military, I got into Greek mythology and a lot of stuff while I was stationed overseas. I was on a ship with no internet, so I did a lot of reading. And, you go to these places and you try like actually seeing some of the local stuff and understanding what's going on instead of just going straight to the bar. So I got all sorts of, history lessons and stuff like that. And then you fast forward to when we're naming the company, we wanted to do some sort of mythological creature because I think that they all have really cool stories and have a lot of history to them. And we said, why not something nautical, since I lived on a ship for 5 years and all that. And we kept going across sirens, which are mermaids that would lure sailors into the water and murder them with their beauty and their enchanting song and all that stuff.
So metal.
Yeah, like like Death Clock. Mermaider.
Mermaider.
So we had 7 flagship beers back at that time that we felt were like kind of luring us into the water, to do something crazy, like put our homes as collateral for our business. And that's why our slogan is the beer that sings to you.
Yeah, that's an awesome saying. I was checking it out, and the artwork is great.
Yeah.
You guys, with your stovepipe cans, you have your like standard artwork where you write the beer on the back, which is awesome. And yeah, I mean the artwork is definitely something that would like lure people in for that beer. So
yeah, nice touch with the little bit of that foil in the label where you can get
nice
like
those scales.
So all the foil is the can. Those are clear labels.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Fun.
Yo, Instagram people, go get some Seven Sirens beer. It looks good on the gram.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you hit that enhance feature, and that foil really pops. Let me tell you.
So the lager you said is a really big seller. What else? What else would you say is like your top sellers up there?
Yeah, what are the styles that people are going for in Bethlehem?
IPAs, sours, and drinking beer. The dark stuff's a little slow. The Belgian stuff's a little slow. The pastry stouts go. I mean, like people love them, and we get really good reviews and stuff like that. But the volume doesn't go anywhere near as much as the IPAs and the sours and Hell's Lagers. And I know you hate wheat beers, but different wheat beers and other light drinking beers.
One of us hates wheat beer and loves Sublime. One of us loves wheat beers and hates Sublime.
We're like yin and yang.
Yeah, we really are.
We're creating a rift here that can only be solved with a little garden grove.
Yeah, some might say that we're Mathal and Lemon.
Yeah, I would say we're a total Mathal and Lemon.
Yeah.
That's next year's Christmas card.
Yes,
from the Best Friends podcast. Don't worry. This year I had to go with Mandalorian, but or no, I did the Sticky Bandits from Home Alone.
Yes, there you go. So we do like to talk about how regional beer is, and you kind of brought that up early with being down in Nashville and they're doing orange wheats. We've kind of discovered doing this podcast that beer is just different everywhere. You get like the Northeast likes their cream ales. You get around like Germantown likes their Belgian triples.
Yeah, for some reason that's so crazy.
I mean, out here we're about as basic as leggings and Uggs. Our area is.
We're
all
in like
about
the
IPAs.
we're in the Starbucks of craft beer right here in southeastern Pennsylvania. It's like every basic girl in like a vest just ordering hazy IPAs.
Good.
Right here.
So up there you're doing the IPAs and sours are selling. I feel like that's everywhere in America.
Yeah, and you guys are pretty close to like colleges and stuff up there too. So you've got a younger crowd probably coming out to your location. So I could see that.
Yeah. So our business model was also a little different. When we were doing the research for all this, we found that, some 70% of all beer sales in the United States are the big brands. So craft beer still makes up such a small demographic of all beer sales, even though everyone thinks like the market's flooded and there's so many craft breweries everywhere and this and that. It's like, we're all just a drop in the bucket. So, we're trying to engage the other 70% of beer drinkers while also having a craft quality product. So I think that might attribute some to why we, sell a lot of the light stuff and a lot of the fruity stuff. But I mean, you gotta keep the light.
Craft is really popular on the coasts, but I mean, the middle of America is vast and empty.
Yeah.
So that's why you get you'll see like a Drecker in North Dakota. That's like they're huge, and it's because they're huge because it's like North Dakota has like 4 breweries, and it's like you get those odd ones here and there, but yeah, it's super popular in these areas and like the major metropolitan areas on both coasts, but everyone else is drinking the InBev stuff,
Yeah. No, I mean, it's like he said, like a drop. It's so true that it's just a drop in the bucket when you see like the grand like scheme of just how much volume comes out of those larger areas. But just at the level that we're looking at in these different areas, like, cream ale just pouring out of like Upper Bucks County and Northeast Philadelphia. And I can only assume, like you said, the IPAs and the sours, and then you said drinking beers, probably a lot of like the blue collar or probably like the working class kind of coming in for looking for those, beers that kind of remind them of, the big ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think that like craft beer drinking is becoming more of an activity than like a destination. You know what I mean? So like people are starting to want to drink just the light beers and, hang out outside and sit in a beer garden or play ping pong or stuff like that. There's absolutely room for the triples and quads and, all that kind of stuff. But, from what I've seen, people, it's more of an experience.
If I'm outside playing ping pong, I don't want to drink a triple IPA with lactose and marshmallow and lemon curd.
When are you outside playing ping pong?
If I go up to Seven Sirens, apparently.
Yeah, outdoor ping pong?
Frankfurt Hall has some ping pong outside. In Philadelphia, there's plenty of places.
Yeah.
I've never heard of outdoor ping pong. I always feel like wind would be like a concern with outdoor ping pong.
It's a test of skill, Dan.
You're not hitting the ball hard enough.
Yeah, I don't like to toot my own horn. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at ping pong, but I don't know if I can deal with the wind. Like,
I guess you're not that good at ping pong.
I guess not. We'll have to we'll see about that.
All right. Yeah. I like in going back to that, like when you think of like a craft beer drinker, you think of, the millennial, the, Gen Z or the Zoomer or whatever. That's what comes to mind. But you go on, say the Breweries in PA Facebook group.
Oh, the Breweries in PA Facebook group.
And you see a lot of the boomer era and the Gen X that are, the mid 40s.
They are my favorite people in that group. Let me tell you, there's some people in there that just buy tons of beer, and I'm looking at them like, when I get to that age, I just want to drink like that guy right there.
Oh yeah. But that, I mean, you don't think of like, that like the boomers and like that era as being like the craft beer drinkers, but you go out to breweries and you see these people coming in and getting beer, and the drinking beers are a great intro to craft beer, because craft beer kind of got pigeonholed as like IPAs. It's just hoppy or it's a thick stout, and it got kind of pigeonholed as that. And it's like, no, there's pilsners and lagers, and it's what you like to drink, but just in a higher quality. So you do see that a lot with like, all right, you want to say, oh, I don't drink craft beer. It's like, well, yeah, you do. Try this pilsner. You're going to love it.
We've converted a ton of customers over the pandemic, especially like in the beginning when all the state stores and beer distributors were closed. It's like, excuse me, you have to drive past 4 breweries and 3 distilleries to get to those places. Like, go get you want a bottle of vodka, rum, gin, whatever you want. Whatever kind of beer you want. It's made locally. So I think a lot of people came in like they didn't even understand the concept. So it kind of helped.
Yeah, I mean we've experienced it with seeing people. You see people that come in and you're like, I know what they're going to ask for, and they completely ask for a different style. Like we were, people know we've talked about it, but we recently did a collaboration beer with Naked Brewing Company, and when we were done brewing that, we were sitting out at the bar, and an older couple came in.
Oh yeah. This was strange. I've never heard this before.
And she was like they were like mid to late 50s, early 60s.
Early 60s, mid 50s.
And the brewery was closed, but Hannah was, like, yeah, I'll get you whatever cans you want. What do you want? And she was like, oh, I like a nice hazy beer.
And I went,
yeah, we're like, well, that's not really.
I was so taken aback. Yeah.
Yeah,
I almost did like the Tool time, like Tim Allen.
But I could just like picture that she walked into a craft brewery at some point and was like, nah, I don't want something hoppy. I just want a nice beer. And then she got introduced to like pilsners, or here's a dry hopped lager, and eventually it goes to
gateway beer.
Yeah. Here's I like this beer that's hopped with Galaxy and Comet.
Yeah.
Like and we sell pitchers too. I think we're like one of the few breweries that I even know of in Pennsylvania that sells pitchers of beer.
Yeah.
I feel like I just did. I wanted to be that.
Mentally, you just did the Tool time.
No, I did. I was trying to do the GIF of James Franco in the.
In the interview.
Yeah, the interview.
Yeah, no, so we do get like large groups of people who, they'll get a pitcher of a Hell's Lager, they'll get an IPA and, something else. And it's cool because you will see them like kind of developing into, like, all right, well, what's in this one? Oh, this is that flavor that I like in multiple beers. It's that hop. Like, or I don't like this flavor in these beers. It's that, you know what I mean? So people are starting to like understand it.
Yeah.
That's got to be so great for the bartender when like you're at like, pouring out craft beers, like, do I want to just do like individual 10-ounce pours of this hazy IPA for this group of 5, or do I just want to pour a whole pitcher of hazy IPA and go, here's some cups, guys, enjoy,
have fun?
Yeah, no, easy. And, our occupancy is 328 days before the pandemic. And there were multiple times where we had 320 people in there, and you just want to serve pitchers. That's all you want to do, So
you guys really are going for like a beer hall vibe, huh?
What was that?
You guys are really going for like a beer hall vibe.
Yeah, no, like I said, we're going for the experience. We're trying to get groups of people together. That was our business model, because getting groups of people together will never go out of style, apparently, unless it's a pandemic, and then your entire business model goes out the window. But yeah, no, everywhere else on the planet that I've been, like beer halls, beer gardens, and like community gathering spots over like good beverages and local food and music and stuff like that, like it really brings the community together. And I thought that kind of was like missing in the area. And yeah, no, like it's kind of like exposing people to something that they didn't know that they were missing out on. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I feel like early in our podcast we had Dan. I know it's not a PA beer, but
Matt, earmuffs, Matt.
Yeah. So we talked to a newer brewery in Maple Shade, New Jersey, called Dr. Brew Littles, and when we talked to Jack, the owner. We asked him why he wasn't canning anything. But he was like, oh, well, because customers are made through the front of the house, not going out the back door. And that always kind of stuck with me. It's like, that's where you make your client base, is at the bar. Mm-hmm. So that's such like a great mentality to have. Just
agreed.
I want to serve them, give them the great experience, because a majority of people, I feel like, go to breweries in groups to sit down, have some beer, play some Jenga. I don't know, whatever your brewery is doing at that time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Connect 4 guy.
Oh, okay.
That's
fair.
Our first month we sold 0 beer to go. Yeah, no, we had no desire to, no need to, but obviously you had to. So.
Yeah. So when did the brewery open?
We opened Valentine's Day 2020. So,
okay. So you were tiptoeing into the pandemic.
How romantic.
Yeah, it was so romantic.
But it is. We've talked about it a bunch on the show here. That it's very impressive. We talked to a lot of breweries that open either at the before the pandemic, or at the point of the pandemic where it was like, oh, you'll just be working from home for 2 weeks. Yeah. And thrived. I mean, Warwick started right before the pandemic. Attic started right before during the pandemic. Dr. Brew Little started right before the pandemic. It's like a lot of them are. It's just very impressive to me that you can start before or during the pandemic and you're thriving.
I think we're a good example of why they thrived, as we just continue to consume alcoholic beverages just on the regular.
Oh, I can order beer on my phone now?
Yeah. And wait, there's no like sellouts or anything? I could just order it and I guaranteed it'll be there?
Troon entered the chat.
Yeah, Troon has entered the chat.
The sellout kings of New Jersey. That was a whole different beast. Like being 30-somethings at the beginning of the pandemic is just like ordering. I can order beer on my phone and just drive up to the loading dock, and someone will throw it into my trunk.
I was steady door dashing burritos constantly. When I found out I can do the same and just go pick up beer.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you get that Instagram alert like, oh, Stickman Brew has released new post, and you're like, oh.
And you wonder why your scale broke and your knees hurt.
I feel attacked now.
Oh, I'm right there. I only have 2 pairs of jeans that still fit.
That's 2 more than I do.
Oh man,
I'm surprised that my track jacket still fits.
Oh well, you never take it off. It's actually part of your skin.
Yes, it's grafted to my skin.
It actually grows with you.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah, it's like it's a living thing now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I've called it my symbiote. I'm. What was it? South Philly Venom.
Yeah, we called you the South Philly Venom.
Yes. Like yo, Spider-Man, stop it! I'm gonna get you. Let me put down my hoagie, and I'm gonna come get you. Stop it, Tobey Maguire.
You want some water ice?
Yeah. All right. I'm finished this beer. Dan, are you finished your beer?
Oh, well, I was really just gently getting to final thoughts.
Okay.
So.
I really enjoyed it. I'm a big I'm a crispy boy, so
he's the lager guy of the conversation. I enjoy my lagers, but Tom lives and dies by the lager. He's like a lager samurai. So like when I bring a hazy IPA here, he like takes out the tiny sword and he feels like I disrespect his family and bring great dishonor to him.
I'm gonna get canceled.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Yeah. Don't do the voice. Come on, man. Please don't do the voice.
I'm not going to. No, I mean, at the start of the podcast, I was like, I looked forward to winter for my Russian Imperials and, my stouts sans the pastry, but, I always looked forward to the maltier beverages, and during the podcast, it's just Pilsners and lagers spoke to me, man.
It was when the South Philly Venom took over your body. Like as the zipper was going up, you just became crispier.
Yeah, I was like, oh, yo, this lager's pretty good, huh? Oh, I like this. This is crispy and nice. I like to drink this while the olive oil's dripping out of my pores.
Crispier than the bullpen of those Phillies, am I right?
Yeah. Yeah, I really leaned into the lager and Pilsner stuff. So this was really good. It was exactly like you said. It was very reminiscent of the Mexican lager. I think that would be great with a nice little squeeze of lime in there. It would really bring out that Mexican lager style. But as an American pale lager,
Mr. Anti-adjunct over here, just being like, let me just throw a lime in this bad boy.
Let me do it myself. I don't need it in the bright tank. Let me adjunct it myself.
I do my own adjuncts.
Yeah, I sit at home and I get my double IPAs and I put my Lucky Charms marshmallows in there.
I put my own mallow in them.
Yeah.
Like hot chocolate during the winter.
I start pouring the heavy cream in there. I'm like, not enough toast. Yeah, I enjoyed this. I like that the hop combination really brought out that, like you said, the lemon lime flavor in it. And it goes back to, like I said, with the 76 and Sunny, the Breweries and PA collaboration with Levante. The hop combination bringing out those fruit flavors, it's very impressive to me, to be able to see that kind of stuff coming through. It was very enjoyable. I would give it the grade of lawnmower beer.
Lawnmower beer.
Yeah,
agreed.
lawnmower beer.
100%. I enjoyed it particularly because of a little bit more hop forward than most like of the pale lagers, because of the hop choices. You guys wanted to, create the essence of the lime without actually having to use lime. And those hop combination brought forth a little bit more bitterness because you wanted to make it bitter, like a, kind of having that lime kind of taste to it. So as an IPA, as an IPA guy, it was nice. And then it was just refreshing, like the lagers, like you said, lawnmower beers. Yeah.
I would have no problem sipping this with the hot May sun beating down on me.
Yeah, 92 degrees in May. What the hell?
Yeah, what the hell was that all about? And I mowed the lawn in it. And mid-mow, realized I didn't put sunscreen on.
Oh, your fair Irish skin.
Mistakes.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
How bad was that for you?
It wasn't too bad. Got a little color.
Oh, man. I was out there. I was slathering on the sunscreen.
Yeah. Not me, man.
And you're like translucent over there.
Yeah. I need to match my my stripes.
Did you mow with the tracksuit on?
It's part of me, Dan.
So it was out there.
Yeah, obviously.
Oh, you have like the tan lines on the neck part right there.
Yeah, right here.
Oh my God.
Right there. I got a nice little V to where my second chin doesn't allow it to zip all the way.
People just ask him if he surfs because it looks like he has a wetsuit tan.
I just do this a lot.
Chaka, brah.
Throw it up. All right. So the lager, great. I'm looking forward to this.
As the first offering from Seven Sirens. I mean, actually, we'll talk about it once we crack the other one. We've had Seven Sirens on the podcast before.
Have we?
We have. We'll get to it.
Okay. All right. All right. I think I know where we're going with this. But,
I remember. I almost brought one too. I was gonna say I was gonna split it with you, but we'll talk about it.
Okay. Let's talk about it. But before we do that, let's get into the second beer.
Let's get into the second beer. But before we get into the second beer, you can follow our catalog of beers at Untapped at Best Friends Pod. That's Best Friends POD.
And I think I can fly.
Awesome. So our next beer we're going to be getting into here is going to be, well, aptly named.
I love it. I love it so much.
Dad jokes. American IPA. It's actually a West Coast, well, in the subsidiaries of American IPAs.
I feel like we have this every week. It's like we pull the style from Untapped, and then the brewer or the owner is like, that's not the style.
Well, no, I mean, if you go under like BJCP and they list like examples of an American IPA, they're all your classic like
so West Coast. Oh.
They're all your classic West Coast. Like anything like Firestone is like all considered an American IPA, even though they're all West Coast IPAs.
Okay, all right. Whenever I see American, I just immediately my brain just goes American Pale Ale. That's it.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, this like with these like examples that they put in there, yeah, the West Coast style here is kind of like that. It's like that little earmark in American IPA.
Gotcha. I like it. Okay.
With that, so a West Coast style IPA hopped with
you know.
Columbus and Centennial, bringing a lingering piney resin bite, yes, to a semi-sweet backbone of malt. Then whirlpooled with Cascade to add citrus-like qualities to the aroma.
We're having a podcast with a cascade of hops.
Cascade of hops.
Yeah.
Look at this, a cascade of these nice long cans right here.
Long and thin, just
All
the
right.
way I like it. All right.
I'm down.
Crack it. 1, 2, 3. Oh, good cracks.
All right, and while we're pouring this out, since we have you on location in Nashville, are you drinking any new beers, or are you still on the same ones?
I mean, I'm just getting all sorts of foo-foo stuff out here. I'm just like trying different stuff, especially like when I'm out of town. Like I just like trying the weird stuff in that town. I've got a strawberry lemonade shandy that I'm about to crack open.
Oh,
Jordan is just getting white girl wasted out there.
No, I'm telling you, dude, like you got to go other places and see what's popular there. And then you come back and do like a lesser version of it. And people are just like mind blown.
I wonder.
Man, it's that strawberry lemonade shandy guy. He's back, and then all of a sudden he surprises you by getting an imperial stout. And
Hey,
like, what?
Early in the podcast, 4th of July last year. What do we do?
What?
Strawberry lemonade natter days, bro.
I was gonna say Natter Days.
We did the natter days.
Yeah, it was desperate times. We didn't have a guest, so we're like, let's do Natter Days and your brother.
Natter days is refreshing. That's a
I was
great
gonna say,
outdoor
tell
beer.
me it's not yummy though. Tell me it isn't.
Dan will tell you it's not yummy.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
Dan was like, it does not tick all the boxes for me.
It did not.
There are no hops in here.
I was growing a neck beard as I was judging it.
All right, boys. Slancha.
Cheers, guys.
Nice. This is a nice West Coast color. That's like a nice amber, caramely color. That's what I think of with a West Coast beer. I'm trying to think of what that reminds me of. It kind of has like a bubblegum aroma to it. I'm getting a little bit of bubblegum on the nose. The bitterness is fantastic. As soon as I took a sip, it like hit me to that you get that like sensory piece that like it takes you back to a certain song or memory. This is like almost like a Sierra Nevada, maybe. I can't put my finger on it, but it reminds me of a beer that I had back in our youth.
It does. So what was the thought going into dad jokes?
I mean, we similar with a lot of our other stuff. You know, we've been getting a lot of requests for West Coast. We wanted to do something easy drinking, something that isn't going to wreck your palate, something that you're going to sip and want to sip again. And just finding that balance of the hoppiness and the maltiness, and also not going crazy with the ABV, and you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of like the general idea of it, making it, you know, another easy drinking beer with just way more hop profile for those who are kind of seeking that stuff.
Getting that hop burn that people are just getting, or just, you know, I think the West Coast is another example of a beer that is going to get hot in 2021. Seeing a lot of people do West Coast IPAs that never did West Coast IPAs before. So I think the style is, I guess, people who are getting burned out on, you know, the usual hazy IPA, they're throwing that option in. Where I currently am bartending, you know, the West Coast IPA is flying off the shelf as a new beer that they introduced this year, and it is continuing to be the most popular every time somebody tries it.
Dan, you're not bartending, you're beer tending.
I'm beer tending, sorry.
You're a beer tender.
I'm a beer tender.
That fell flat.
It did. It did. I was trying to think of like a better role that I could say as.
No, that's what they're called. They call themselves beer tenders, right? Am I right?
I mean, I do serve ciders and seltzers too, so.
They have ciders.
They have a guest cider, guest tap.
Okay, cool.
Guest tap, dog.
I don't know. As far as West Coast go, I'm not getting like I feel like I'm getting like the piney resin on the back end, sweet up front.
Sweet up front.
Yeah.
Agreed. I'm getting the old piney, resiny IPA feels at the end that are so reminiscent of where I started as a craft beer drinker in terms of the IPAs and the IBU wars. You know, you want to get that piney, resinous kind of taste in there. You know, the hoppier the better. It was kind of thing that occurred like many years ago. And having American IPAs, West Coast style IPAs, it just harks back to that.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, this has a great mouthfeel to it. It's got like an inherent creaminess.
I would agree. It's a little bit softer than most like West Coast styles that I've had.
Yeah,
They're very like crisp and kind of pointy, and
yeah, a little more carbonation to it, but I welcome the softer style. I feel like it makes it easier to drink.
We haven't like taken the leap into like crazy full dump as much hops as we can into it yet. Some of the stuff that we've kind of like brushed on, you know, our clientele isn't super receptive of it. I mean, people will get it in a flight and, you know, go with the 5-ounce pour. But you know, where we keep hitting the nail on the head is just the beers that, you know, keep them wanting to sip it again. You know, like that softness. You know what I mean? Like you get all the flavor, you get all, you know, all the complexity of it, and then you're like, it's very cloud-like on my tongue. You know what I mean? Like very easy to consume. So, yeah, it's that balancing act of, you know, appeasing kind of both parties. But we're gonna do even wilder shit in the future.
You know, I mean, I'm not a huge IPA guy. But if you throw me a West Coast, I'm all about it. And I think that does harken back to starting craft beer drinking with Dan. He was always like, yeah, you gotta try this, you know, this IPA, and it was always a West Coast. You know, it was that Sierra Nevada, New Belgium, anything out there, you know.
Firestone.
Yeah.
Founders.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just that like nice bitterness to it.
I came dressed like I came out of the IBU wars. I just had like, you know, like instead of like the like bullet belt, it was just like all like cans of Founders.
He came
like
out
all
with
day IPA.
He
belt.
came out with his his Hawaiian flower board shorts, and he was like, "Yo, bro, you gotta try this West Coast IPA."
You want to hear me play that Sublime song?
And I was like, Dan, it's January, and he's like, no bad vibes here, bro.
No bad days.
No, and that's what it really kind of harkens back to is like I like that bitter IPA. I'm more inclined to order an IPA that has, like you said, the higher IBUs and the bitterness, the piney kind of flavors to it, more than like that fruity, citrusy, juicy East Coast style.
And it definitely comes from you just being exhausted by it, because I couldn't make you drink, quote, cat piss to save your life back in the day.
No, I liked my Dale's 1050.
Yeah, he kept trying to give me like strawberry wheat beers over there in Jordan, and I was just not having it.
Dan hates two things. He hates mayo and he hates wheat beers.
Yeah. Just can't stand either of those. Don't put those in front of me.
It's Americana. It's wheat. It's our main export. All right. I had a question. Oh, dad jokes. Yes. Name of the beer. Dad jokes. Dan, what's your favorite dad joke?
Ooh. I think anytime I make anytime like you go out somewhere and you just say like, "Hi, I'm dad," or something, or
you go to a restaurant and they're like, "I'll be your waiter. My name's Steven. Hi, I'm Steven." You're like, "Oh, hi, I'm your customer."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm like, "Hi, I'm Dan. I'll be your customer."
What about you, Jordan? What's your favorite dad joke?
I mean, the easy one for our beer or bartenders, whatever you want to call them. When someone orders a dad joke, "Hey, can I get a dad joke?" "Yeah, you can."
Oh.
Oh.
May I have one?
The beer though?
Yes.
Yeah, can I go to the bathroom? I don't know. Can you?
I'll give you mine. Are you guys ready?
Go for it.
Go.
What's a dentist's favorite time?
I know it.
I know you do.
What?
2:30.
All right. I was like, do something. Come on.
You gotta love it though. That's a perfect dad joke.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
What do you call a sick bird? Illegal. Illegal.
Oh, that's
illegal.
That's a weird one.
No, 2:30 is way better because you got to think on it.
Yeah. Or just no. You got that from a popsicle, like like the red, white, and blue pops, the rocket pops.
It was a piece of Bazooka Joe gum.
There you go.
All right. So while we were talking earlier about our collaboration with Naked Brewing,
yeah,
our Fleetwood Cats,
Fleetwood Cat.
You guys recently did a collaboration with our overlords at breweries in PA. You were part of I guess a statewide collaboration.
Correct me if I'm wrong. It was 20 breweries coming together, veteran owned and operated for a Memorial Day collaboration, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we did it once before, and it went really, really well. We didn't do it last year because we didn't know what we were allowed to do. But the last time we did, it raised $20,000 for the Pennsylvania Veterans Foundation, which helps transitioning military members get job training or help them find resources for whatever it is they need, because there's a million things when you get out of the military. So it's just something that we all kind of came together, and we knew how bad it sucked getting out of the military. You know what I mean? And we all had our own unique stories from the military, which is kind of the cool thing about the military. But that also the same camaraderie. So we did it again, and this time we brewed another IPA. Something like this. If it's a fundraiser, you got to brew something that's going to sell a lot. So we went for another IPA, and it's just really cool and encouraging just seeing even the micro communities inside the beer community. Like I didn't even know that there was 20 plus veteran owned breweries around. You know what I mean? So it's just cool getting to know these people and know their story and having them as resources as well. So it's just another awesome thing about the industry. Just again doing the collabs and finding the groups of people that you click with and work well with, and always for a good cause.
I will say on the social media, it looked like you guys had a blast brewing this beer.
Always. Yeah.
Like watching everything you guys tagged in the breweries in PA, like you guys are just hanging out, like partying, eating pizza. I was like, man, they're having a blast over there.
Yeah, I say it all the time. Like anyone who's gotten into the beer industry is doing it because like they want their quality of life to go up. You know what I mean? Like you're not doing it because you want a worse, bigger pain in the ass job than you currently have. Like you want to be around other fun people who like doing fun shit. You know what I mean? So like if you're at work, you can make it fun. Like it's okay.
So tell us about the brew, what's it called? What's the adapt and overcome, right?
Yeah, adapt and overcome.
Can you tell us a little bit about the beer itself?
Yeah, I mean it's a 5.8% American IPA. I don't have the hops off the top of my head, but we brewed it down at Second Story in Philadelphia. I think he brewed like 20 barrels of it or something crazy. Again, it's just super easy drinking. You know what I mean? Like it just, you have all the flavor profile there, but 5.8%. So you don't have that like kind of alcohol burn to it. It's just like super crushable, super flavorful, kind of like it's kind of malty, kind of West Coasty, but I keep coming back to just how easy drinking it is. It's just full flavor and just goes down.
So this episode will be out right after Memorial Day.
Yep.
So people,
we're ahead of schedule for once.
Yeah. We're recording this May 24th, and it'll come out June 3rd, I think, 2nd or 3rd. Go out and get these beers.
Yeah, if you're joining us for the stream, this is for you guys. Get out there and get the beer.
Even the people that are listening after
afterwards,
Memorial Day, I mean, it's still going to be available. It's not just only going to be
and
available for one day.
This is only on draft, correct?
Yeah, I mean, we're doing crowlers of it and
crowlers,
stuff. Different breweries are selling it to go, so you can get probably a crowler of it.
Yeah,
whoever's got. But it is on draft.
Not going like the 4-pack route. This is
we didn't do a canning run on it. No,
and it's a good time to do that too, because as everything's are being opened, you're getting out there.
Come out. Yep.
Get the brewery experience and support a good cause. So people on the stream, get out there. People after the stream, kill those kegs.
Get out there as well. Yeah, I mean, try and get out there. Go to breweriesinpa.com and see what breweries near you are doing the adapt and overcome.
You know how those guys like maps.
Yeah.
They got one, okay?
Matt, I hope that that fulfilled our weekly obligation to plug the website.
Yeah, I don't know when we're gonna get a check, but we're waiting.
Just support the good cause.
But he's got his map room. He's like, hold on, I have a new map for the new release. This is where you guys can get it.
Matt's he's got maps like Charlie in It's Always Sunny with Carol. It's always Pepe Sylvia. He's just got he's got strings and
Jordan's
and
the
pins.
Pepe Sylvia of the collaboration.
No, get out there and support the cause. Like you said,
Chad's the map guy. Of course, Chad's the map guy.
Yes, Chad has maps and Bic razors, and that's his entire life.
Chad has maps and not wanting to ever be on the podcast.
But like you said, Jordan, it's for charity. It's going towards the veterans of Pennsylvania. So it's not like lining anybody's pockets. So get out there and drink beer and feel good about it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did have someone say that it was just like, a gimmick and we're using on this and that. It's like, no, hold on. Like, the proceeds are going straight to them. Like, here's the check from last time. And
right.
You always get those people, though. It's just like, whatever. And here's the crazy part. Even if we were just using it to get people out to our breweries, they're veteran-owned breweries. So, like you're going out and supporting veterans.
They're the people that also subscribe to like a Q drop or something.
Yeah. What?
Like get some kind of conspiracy theory behind it. Like, you guys are using that to fund your your bullshit propaganda. All
These are
right,
people.
all right, calm down, calm down, calm down.
All right, so
everybody.
don't buy some then. All right, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I like the whole idea behind it, putting it out Memorial Day, and just yeah, I was on the same level as you. I didn't know there was that many veteran-owned breweries out there.
We've had them on the podcast too.
Yeah, 10-7, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but but 20 of them. It's just you. I mean, it's not really like something that a lot of people advertise. Like, oh, this is a veteran-owned. Come drink here because it's veteran owned. You know, it's. I work for a veteran owned company, and we don't advertise that. It's just you don't really hear about that as much.
Yeah, and when we do it, we'll even get like a lot of other breweries are like, wait a second, we're veteran owned. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, okay, they're just coming out of the woodwork. Cool. Let's keep growing. Let's keep doing more.
So, Dan, we've had Seven Sirens on the podcast before.
We have.
Enlighten me.
All right, so we had a Black is Beautiful collaboration that you did with, I believe, Blueprint was involved with it as well. Great company. Blueprint is awesome. In passing, buying the beer, just in passing, just mentioned it. Like, yeah, you know, we were a fledgling podcast. We're like, yeah, we're going to talk about the beer on the podcast. The Black is Beautiful thing was like something really important to Tom and I, so we wanted to talk about it. And she the bartender just invited, when I found out that she is also their marketing person, just invited my whole family to hang out there that day. So I came home. I'm like, hey, you want to go back up to Harleysville? We're going to go hang out at the brewery. And yeah, so I was going to say, I still have one that I've been sitting on, and I guess it's almost going on a year now. Very close to being about a year old.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we did a whole month featuring the Black is Beautiful series.
We did, yeah.
I think I still have some Black is Beautiful I think I have 2 or 3 in there.
There are a bunch in there.
Yeah.
But I knew I had one, but I was going to bring it for us to split. But that was the first time having Seven Sirens. You guys did a very good collaboration with that. That beer was just a great classic iteration of a stout for me, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like we didn't have a bad one.
We didn't have a bad one.
I feel like
I was thinking that too. Like everyone who did it, like we didn't all use the same recipe. You know what I mean? So like you got a couple different renditions of it, but they all turned out really good.
That was the craziest part. It's like our first intro.
I was gonna say you gotta talk about that first.
Our first intro into it was we did a podcast at
Odd
Logic out in Bristol, and he just happened to have what did he have, a bomber?
Yeah.
He had
a 22 ouncer.
Yeah, he had a bomber of other halves. Black is Beautiful, and that was it was like a melted milkshake.
13% of syrup.
Yeah. He went
heavy by volume. He went heavy on those pours, man.
Yeah, they went heavy on the cocoa nib and vanilla. And I was like, man, are we gonna expect this from all of them? And then we had Levantes, which was a very tame stout.
Yeah.
Very good. And then we had Locust Lane.
Very coffee forward.
I was blown away by Locust Lane. That was the Russian Imperial style.
Yeah.
That one was very reminiscent of that old Rasputin, like that classic Russian Imperial. That was, in my opinion, my personal favorite that we had. And then we finished it off, I think, with Blueprint,
Seven Sirens. Who else? You guys did that with a restaurant too. The Ways, I think. Was the restaurant that collaborated on it too?
Yeah, one in there. I forget off the top of my head. But yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, and that one was, like I said, we had those syrupy, sweet, high ABV ones. We had the very coffee forward ones.
Yeah. You
guys were like that Goldilocks effect where you guys hit that bed like right in the middle, where I was like, this is just a damn good stout.
It's a good stout.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit of coffee, nothing crazy. You know what I mean? Just enough to bring out that roasty darkness in it. Yeah.
Yeah. That was awesome. But yeah, I might actually have to try and find a spot close to us that's going to do the, I guess we'll have to hit out to 10-7 over the weekend and try and grab that, Memorial Day one, since that's the closest one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. Sounds like yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I don't know how far are we from Tattered Flag.
Further than 10-7.
I don't know where they are.
Tattered Flag's like out near Hershey.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, I think I'll have to look at the map by going to www.breweriesinpa.com. Chad worked very hard on that map. He photoshopped a ton of labels onto a map of Pennsylvania he got from google.com and just put them right in there.
Friday, yeah.
Friday.
Possibly.
We'll talk later, Matt.
It's a long weekend. Might be able to work that out.
Yeah.
So Dan.
Oh yeah, I have to talk about this because of the name. So let's talk about, because Breweries in PA did another article about this. Breweries that offer a stay option. Oh. So what's going on with that Sirens Lair Airbnb?
Yeah, so when we were starting the project and kind of going through the building, our landlord had ideas to do apartments up on the 3rd floor. And at that time, I think the only one that we knew of that you could stay at was like Rusty Rail.
Yeah.
I think they have a spot you can stay at, and then like Boobs Brewing. Right? I think they've got some rooms that you can stay at as well, and they're all themed. That's an awesome weird place that if you want to check that
brewing?
out. What was that?
Who's brewing?
BUBE apostrophe S. Boobs Brewing.
Ah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never heard of that.
No.
Yeah, no, they have like a whole underground like experience. They have rooms. Yeah, it's they've been there for a while too.
Oh wow.
But yeah, I mean, we knew that there was a lot of people. Like, we knew there was a lot of people who travel for beer. Obviously, as you guys, know, right? So people go long distances for beer.
Yeah.
And also like our proximity to Music Fest and all the different things that happen in Bethlehem pretty much every weekend. There's kind of a demand for it, and we said, why not kind of wrap it all together? And the lease was short enough. We try it for a year, and if it doesn't work, then give it right back to the landlord. But it's been a wild success. It's a 2-bedroom, sleeps 7 people. Comes with beer, comes with a discount on your thing. We have I had the Breweries in PA guy make a map of Bethlehem with all the cool stuff to do.
Sweet. Was that Chad? Did Chad make your map? I heard he's the map
only
guy.
One map. Okay. But it's been really, really successful. We have it booked more days than not booked in the month. The farthest guest we've had has been from Germany. We have people who come, like over the pandemic, we had people coming from Times Square, New York all the time. Who were just like, I want to rent your Airbnb for 2 weeks. Like if I'm sitting in my apartment on Wi-Fi, like I at least want to be above a brewery and not above riots. So they pretty much moved into the Airbnb for a few weeks at a time. And things have been going really, really well.
Would you say you could fit like 2 families of 3 in the Airbnb?
Plus 1.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So 2 families of 3 could go up there and enjoy your brewery, go to the casino, lose a bunch of money, and then come back and drink away their sorrow.
I can't believe we only talked about Music Fest in passing, because that was one thing that was in the back of my head. It was like, Bethlehem, Music Fest. Like, I feel like the goal for any brewery in like Bethlehem, Allentown, Easton area is just to be like, hey, you can put our beer in a Music Fest mug. Just be able to do that.
Yeah, no, last year we sponsored Music Fest, so we were doing mug pours and we bought the mugs and all that kind of stuff.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was a weird year, but I mean, Music Fest is huge for the city, huge for the local economy. I think it's like 1.2 million visitors over 10 days or something crazy. And it just gets bigger and better every year.
I like to go up for the Christmas festival. Christmas market.
Yeah. I've never done the Christmas market. I've only partied outside of Music Fest. I just had friends who lived in Bethlehem. I never made it to Music Fest, but we hung out in the vicinity.
Pretty much Music Fest,
yeah.
And you did it.
Yeah, we called all the parties around it.
Yeah. Dan, should we ask him some standard questions?
Are we gonna go to our standard interview questions where I get all like Chris Farley? Remember that time that you opened a brewery? That was really cool.
So, Dan took a nice question from was it from Thrasher?
Yeah, from like a skateboarding background. It was something that was like a Thrasher magazine kind of thing. It was, you would interview a skater and ask your skater who his favorite skater was. Your favorite skater's favorite skater. So what I like to talk to brewers or anybody in the brewing industry is who's your favorite brewer? Like it could be somebody current or it could be like a legend status.
Not even that, not even who's your favorite currently. It's like, or who are you hyped on?
Yeah, exactly. Who you're hyped on, like currently, or just talk about a legend, like somebody who influenced you and why you got into the industry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So obviously there's a bunch. I mean, for me personally, it definitely was like my good friend who opened up Beach City Brewing in Long Beach when I was stationed out in the military. I was stationed in San Diego, and my friend Dan, he was just out there, and he was like the first person who I knew who was just a guy who wanted to open a brewery. So like for me, that was just like the huge epiphany that this is something that like you could do with your life and you can have fun and you can, change the course of yours and your family's history by beer, and it was just interesting to me, just seeing that process and seeing how that happened. I pretty much just did a lot of the bitch work for him when he was, just getting going. But again, just seeing that and just seeing the possibilities of it made this whole thing a reality. Like, I don't even think that I would even be where I am if I didn't see that it was possible, because there's so many things that you look at from the outside, consumer kind of, you know what I mean? And you just look at it, it's just like, oh, that's for other people. That's for people who have this qualification or who do this or who came from that. And it was just really, really cool to see that. And then from that lens of analysis, seeing other breweries and meeting other people, just like, yeah, that's this industry. It's just a bunch of ragtag weirdos from different backgrounds who just say, let's go do something cool and make our passion something that people love. And that really, really just kind of changed my whole perspective and life.
That's awesome. Yeah. So actually kind of a different answer than what we typically get, but having somebody, it's cool because it just provides another perspective, is like somebody who was at that level where, they were just getting started, but had such an influence in what you wanted to do when you got out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I could give you all the typical suspects. You know what I mean? Who
exactly.
Everything, you know what I mean? Yeah, and they're all great, and you could go on and on about all of them. They're all great people who've done great things for their community, for their companies, for their staff. But for me, that was just kind of like that point in my life where it's like you don't have to do what everyone else. You don't have to do the call. Sorry if anyone has a golden doodle, but yeah, no, it was like it was probably one of the people I look up to for sure.
Awesome.
No, that's a great perspective to have, and good for us to hear.
Yeah,
as a first.
And final question, desert island beer. So, if you had to drink one style of beer for the rest of your life, what would it be? Don't say orange wheat.
No, so desert beer, so it's got to be hot.
No. So take the climate out of the
take climate out. Desert island as in complete isolation.
Yeah, this is just it could be a desert island.
Deserted, not
I don't know.
deserted.
It could be an Arctic island.
Yeah.
Deserted.
Yeah. Take climate out of the picture. Just the one beer that you're going to drink for the rest of your life. What's it going to be?
4 or 2 seasons.
The style is going to be something light. because I do like just drinking beer. I don't always like every beer that, especially in the industry, we have a tendency to, as soon as you taste a beer, you want to start dissecting it. That's why you see like a lot of brewers just drinking PBR when they're brewing, or drinking Miller Lights and stuff like that, because you don't have to dissect it. You can just enjoy a beer. So it would definitely be something light, maybe a Founders All Day, you know what I mean, where it's got flavor and it's just super crushable. I'm big into all those beers that you can just enjoy over and over and over again. Like, as you were saying, there's some beers that just like are syrupy and you got to fight them, and like, yeah, they're fun and they're good, but like, I'm having one, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, I'm not going to drink 5 of them today and then 5 tomorrow and then 5 the next day. So probably, yeah, a cream ale pilsner, or like a Founders All Day. I'm a big fan of like Sam Adams 76. They also did like a hazy IPA that's just like mainstreamy, and like I bought it to hate it and I didn't. So like there's a lot of stuff, but if I had to pick one, it would probably be Founders All Day.
Okay.
Yeah, Founders is probably one of my gateway IPA. I would say like one of those IPAs where, I was, still young enough to go on like vacation with like the parents, and they're like, what kind of beer do you want? I'm like, all day IPA. It comes in a weird like 15 pack. It's not a case. It's not 12. It's not 24. It's not 36. It's a 15 pack. And that's what I'll drink for the vacation.
It was similar to, so we got that question thrown back on us last week.
Yeah, so we were a little taken aback.
Yeah.
And it was funny to hear Founders again, because that was my choice right off. What somebody asked me that, and I said it's gonna be Founders, or I would say like a close second would be like 60 Minute by Dogfish Head, or Torpedo by Sierra Nevada.
Okay.
The big boys. We're not going.
And it's crazy that you brought up these like new like mainstream crushable like New England IPAs, like you said with Samuel Adams. We had like, we don't like to say like mainstream, but like in the PA beer scene, Victory and Sly Fox's 12-ounce crushable hazies are just delicious.
Yeah.
On a hot summer day.
People sleep on them, and you get all these beer nerds that just think that like, oh well, because you made 100 barrels at a batch, it's not this or it's not that. I mean, they do really good things. And like I said, I bought it to not like it, and I was wrong, so don't sleep on them.
No, I feel like, from the three of us, we all, as far as like our desert island beers, we named 3 big named like nationwide beers.
Yeah.
Easily accessible. And that, that says something like that. Just because it's widely available and it's available nationwide doesn't make it any lesser of a
desirable
a quality of beer. Yeah.
Yeah, there may not be like a line going around the building for it, but put respect on its name.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Sorry, I put the T at the end of respect on that. It should have been a CK.
Respect.
Yeah, should have been respect on that name. But yeah, those beers. I've got Sly Fox and Victory.
They're the godfathers of PA craft beer.
Yeah, they literally said, "Hold my beer, we'll make a hazy," and
and we're gonna do it in a crushable 12-ounce can.
I just remember when like brewers were like anti hazy beers, like they wouldn't even do them. There was a long period of time where it was just like a gimmick and people didn't want to do it.
It was a trend. And that it's going to be. Give it a couple months, it'll be over. And now, when the 2024 BJCP style guideline comes,
whenever they decide to update it,
it's hazy is going to be a style in there. That's what. There's a hazy IPA. God damn it! I can't think of the conference, the medals.
GABF.
There it is, GABF. There's a hazy
category
portion of that.
Yeah, it's a New England category. Yeah. Or New England and then a hazy category.
Yeah. So it's a legitimate category. Like whether you like it or not, it's here to stay. That's what it is.
People thought it was a fad, but to be honest, as an IPA fan, I enjoy them.
Yeah.
Keep them coming. I mean, I'll sip one immediately and say like, nah, that one's not for me, and then I'll have another one. I'm like, it's great. That's what I mean. I think that's where like they differ from other styles, like consistent pilsners, lagers that are always the same. You drink them, anywhere. But with the IPAs, they're adding different combinations, different hops. They're trying to get those different fruit flavors. You're gonna have different experiences every time.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. Final thoughts on the dad jokes?
I just killed it. This was delicious. And just very clean tasting, but still leaving that nice, like piney, resinous, like aftertaste on my palate that, I just finished a nice classic American IPA.
Yeah, I agree. The hop combination was great. Mouthfeel was great. I mean, I can show you right there. Great lacing on the glass. Indicative of a quality beer. The flavors were all there. I really liked it as a fan of West Coast IPAs.
We're gonna go convince our wives to stay at the Sirens Lair now.
Yeah,
we're gonna look up the Airbnb after we hang up with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna get hammered on dad jokes. I'm gonna go over to I forget what the casino is out there. I'm gonna go over there. Was it
Wind Creek?
Wind Creek. I'm gonna go to the casino. I'm gonna lose a bunch of money because I'm just not good at getting money.
I'm really good at eating at Guy Fieri's restaurant when I go to casinos.
Yes. And
trash can nachos.
Yeah, for sure. Always. I'm gonna lose a bunch of money there, and I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna be so sad that I don't have any money. But I'm gonna have enough money to go drink more dad jokes.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna walk upstairs.
And the Airbnb is gonna come with beer, so we'll have beer there.
Oh yeah.
So the key is just presenting a whole list of different events that are going on in Bethlehem and having her pick which she wants to go to, and then you taking care of the rest of the details. That's how you win.
Oh, I like that. I like where your head's at.
This guy right here.
Yep.
Like, babe, I can absolutely make that happen for sure. I'll check out the Airbnbs tomorrow.
Yeah, go. We're going to go to the Airbnbs. It's like I lost $1,000. Look, I can make it back. Just one roll of the dice. One roll of the dice. I can make that back. And then once I make it back, I can double it.
Do you have
and then I can double that.
Do you have a gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right. We're up against it, so let's get out of here.
Definitely. Jordan, thanks again for coming on the podcast. This was a ton of fun. Talking about your beer being not the first offerings on the podcast, but truly the non-collaboration offerings, and having some just amazing beers. This was a good nostalgia trip for us, not having a hazy on board and just going with traditional styles. So thank you again for coming on.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys having us. It was a ton of fun. We're always here for you. If you ever want to do anything crazy and fun, you know where to find us.
We get a picture of a hazy IPA.
Yeah, we're gonna do the Airbnb just to do a podcast from Seven Sirens.
Oh, there you go. Oh, wow. I mean, we'll talk about it. Yeah, come on. We'll get this planned.
Yeah, and
then we'll cancel within the cancellation period.
Right. So we can get all our money back.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's what dads do.
All right, so guys, remember, subscribe, rate, review. Like I said at the top of the episode, until you guys really participate in this, we're going to keep talking about it. Subscribe, Dan. Well, I guess follow now. Follow.
Yeah, follow us. Spotify. Follow us on Apple since they changed their format. But 5-star party, baby.
Rate. 5-star party. Give us a review. Good review. Scathing review.
Yeah, we don't care what you write there. Just give us 5 stars.
Yeah, just give us a review. 5 stars.
Help the algorithm. Tell us that we suck.
Exactly.
Tell Tom to take the jacket off. It's been too long.
It won't happen. Whatever. It's graft to my skin.
The jacket's going to take him off.
Yes, exactly. Pretty soon it's just going to be. It's going to look like Ghost Dad.
He's like can we even talk getting sucked out of him?
Yeah, I don't know if we can.
You're the weakest link. I need to shed you.
I don't know if we can talk about Ghost Dad anymore.
Oh yeah, I guess we can't talk about Ghost Dad.
No, Ghost Dad.
All right, never mind.
You know that movie it traumatized me. We're not going to get into it. That movie traumatized me. I can't go over bridges.
Traumatized a lot of people.
Yeah. It really ruined bridges for
Bill
me.
Cosby traumatized a lot of people.
Yeah,
It's okay.
that's true. All right. If you like the podcast, tell all your friends about it. If you're friends with them, they might like the podcast too.
Yeah. Tell all your friends about the best craft beer podcast to exist in Pennsylvania.
Well, in the history of craft beer.
I guess we are the best friends. So.
We are.
There are a lot of best friends that do craft beer podcasts, but we're the best.
We are the best. We're the best, and in the world. If you like the episode with Jordan, we have a full catalog online for you to go back and listen to. It's all out there for free, for the cost of free.
Look at these guys. Do you think we have a paywall?
No. I'm wearing an Adidas track jacket.
Can't even get the drops right. We can't even get the sponsors. Like Adidas is never going to call us.
No. I need to get that drop, the corn drop.
Oh yeah. That'd be a good one.
Yeah. But yeah, go back and listen to all our other great guests that we've had on. I mean, there's 69 other episodes. Hey, 69. Nice.
I feel like we didn't take advantage of that enough on the other podcast, but then again, we were live at a brewery.
That was a shit show.
It was a shit show.
Good God. All right, and guys, follow us on all social media. Daniel.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Best Friends Pod. Again, guys, spell it out. It's Best Friends POD. Hell yeah. Send us an email, guys, if you listen to the podcast and you have some ideas of breweries we should feature. If you are a brewery listening to this and you haven't reached out to us yet, but send us an email. Hey, come on the podcast. We'll drink your beer. We'll talk to you. We'll listen to a couple POD drops. It's bestbestfriendspod@gmail.com. It's bestbestfriendspod. I can't believe you haven't fixed this one yet.
Here's the voice of the sound.
So, guys, if you are watching right now, you know where to watch. It's Twitch.
If you're not on stream with us, you're losing at life.
You're missing out. We're talking about an upcoming release right before it comes out, or for us on the stream. Audio is going to drop after the release, so you're going to have to clear out those kegs, empty those kegs. People are going to be getting it fresh because they know it from the stream.
Guys, on Instagram, we're announcing the beers that we're drinking on the podcast with us, or that we're going to be drinking. So you can go out and get those and drink with us. Yeah. Drink alongside with us.
Coolest thing we heard last week was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
One of our followers.
Shout out Andy Man,
drinks the beers with us and hangs out while we talk.
Yeah.
On Twitch. That's pretty cool.
You all should be doing that.
Yeah.
All should be doing
Drink beer with us. That's what we want.
Crack them. Get the pours right. Experience the beers with us.
Yeah.
And you can do that.
19.2 ounce can.
And you, what, 19.2?
That's what I said.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said 17. You can join us on stream, hop in chat, watch us live, ask questions for the brewers or the owners.
I'm completely not used to 19.2 ounces.
Yeah, you had an extra 3 ounces in there.
Yeah, I think I drank exactly 16. I went, I killed the can. It's good.
Anyway, you can follow us on Twitch.
I'm not mad.
Follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/bestbestfriendspodcast, twitch.tv/bestbestfriendspod.
I'm finding a better POD drop.
Cast.
We're gonna talk about it after the podcast. I have a better song than that stupid power ballad from them.
I told you, if we replace Satellite by POD, it's getting replaced with Satellite by Dave Matthews Band.
Absolutely not.
Yep.
This is a
be all end all.
This is a DMB free zone over here.
No.
Satellite.
Satellite.
It's not happening. We're gonna talk about that.
We'll do it. All right.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed,
Jordan liked that. I mean, he was stationed in SoCal for what was it, 5 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he had to listen to POD like every day.
Every day.
I've got a POD tattoo. I don't really want to brag about it.
Wait.
No.
Whoa.
No, do you really?
No.
No. We got to talk about it now. Do you really have a POD tattoo?
No POD tattoo.
Oh, are you serious? Come on.
Oh my God! You brought the podcast to a halt there for a second.
I know. I was about to bring up Mike Locke from Broken Goblets.
I know. We thought he was the biggest POD fan that we had on the podcast.
He is the biggest one we've had on the podcast until now, where I thought we were going to see a POD tattoo.
POD is the sublime of SoCal.
Man, I got real hyped on that. I'm so glad I had beer. I was like, yes.
Dan was ready to do a spit take.
Yeah, I almost did.
All right. Yeah, follow our guest. Instagram, Facebook, Seven Sirens Beer, at Seven Sirens Beer.
That is correct.
Dan, what's that website? Because that's a sick website.
Hell yeah. Not enough people do this. It's, sevensirens.beer. Come on. We need more .beers out there.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, they're doing
all you .coms and your sellout domains.
Everything they're doing different.
Hell yeah.
They're all you .coms are all part of the zeitgeist. And
yeah, you .bizes, you .orgs, you .edus.
Dealing your 16-ounce beers. Yeah. Get with the new world.
Get with the program. Forget about those other 3 ounce. Forget about those other 3 ounces and then get really surprised when you pour it out.
Yeah. Well, I got to throw this out. Oh, there's a little weight at the bottom of the can.
This is a great surprise at the end for me.
Hey, Dan, I have a question for you.
Yeah?
What do you think about this guy?
New friend of the podcast? I don't know. He has a POD tattoo, and I think he's not telling us.
That's debatable. I think he really does.
I think he does have.
It might be in the tramp stamp area.
I know. Maybe he does want to show his lower back on Twitch. Understandable.
Find me after this. I'll give you
POD. The POD logo is perfect for a tramp stamp area.
Yeah, payable on death. Yeah.
Payable on death. Yeah.
New
friend of the podcast. All right.
New friend of the podcast.
Jordan, you're a new friend of the podcast. You can expect your welcome package in 7 to 10 business months.
Sounds good.
All right. Again, Jordan, thank you very much for doing the episode with us and sharing your beer. Enjoy Nashville.
Get some of that hot chicken.
Yeah, eat some hot chicken for us.
It's about the oils. It's really about the oils.
It really is. Yeah, about wraps it up, huh, Dan?
That about wraps it up.
Yeah. We did all 6 POD drops.
We did all 6,
and we didn't have to shoehorn anything in.
We didn't. We absolutely don't have to shoe in one more POD drop, or do we?
But guys, always remember. First of all, Dan, I want you to remember one thing.
I love you. Always have.
Always makes you blush, right?
And guys, it's not goodbye forever. It's just goodbye for
now. I'm not the type to say I told you so. You don't get angry about that ballad.
I don't, because it's not satellite.
Dan's just against lunar technology. All right, guys. Always remember, it's not goodbye forever. It's just goodbye for now.
All right, nice.
I'm not the type to say I told you so. And always keep in the back of your mind, Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. That is the Clinton family that did that. Best Friends Podcast, episode 70.
We out.
See you. All right. Bye, guys. Twitch stream. We will we'll catch you
on the flippity flop.
I don't know, maybe in a week. I don't know.
In a week.
Who knows? All right. See you guys.